Hey, what's up, Osbourne fans? We are finally re-releasing the Osbournes.
We're home.
And we're also doing some new content around the original footage. We're gonna be doing the basement tapes. It's gonna be a watch party with us watching,
ourselves.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Then you'll be able to understand what your father and I went through when you
Oh, fuck
were
off,
growing
Mum.
up.
I know, and maybe you'll be able to...
Torture,
I'll be able to
torture.
look at my childhood and be like, ooh. Dad, it's not hot anymore!
Darling, leave it alone.
Fine!
Don't go out with cocaine on your fucking t-shirt.
So, join the family and get access to all this and a whole bunch more.
And it was their fault.
You're victim blaming.
Yes, I am.
You're victim
Absolutely.
blaming.
Victim blaming, wow.
Look, everyone did the best they could fucking do at the time.
I love you all. I love you more than life itself. But you're all fucking mad.
Crazy. Hey, but that's how it goes.
I need to go to a happier place.
I feel romantic.
Shut up, Ozzy.
Just go to bed, darling.
All right, change the subject.
How's everyone doing?
Fabulous.
I'm doing really good.
How's morale?
Morale's amazing. I've had so much coffee again today.
Oh, no.
I see it's too late for I'm just like,
Oh, no.
Jack, if in the next 45 minutes is where you lose me for the day if I don't have a coffee.
Okay, well then we've got 45 minutes to do this podcast
And
then.
I have a coffee.
Okay, well there you go. How much coffee a day do you drink now?
Very rarely have coffee.
Yeah, I've gone down to like 1 cup, maybe 2 if it's like a...
Don't have it in the morning anymore.
Really? What do you have in the morning?
Water.
How do you poop?
How do you sit down and you go...
Oh.
No, what I'm saying.
There you go. There you go.
Busted.
We need a shit button for
Busted.
Kelly. Once
Yes,
again,
a shit button.
all roads lead back to shit with Kelly.
Well, I'm just saying in the morning, the only reason I drink coffee is so that I can have a morning shit.
Thanks for sharing. And
So I can release the demons and start again.
let's go.
Okay, so this episode, we're diving into stories of 911. So the times that you either have called 911 or have had 911 called on you. And so...
This has the potential to get really like sad though.
But we're gonna keep it the fun 911 stories.
Yes.
Like
Not-
the Courtney Love 911.
Yeah,
story.
not like the I'm gonna murder you.
911 call.
Okay, but prime example. Talk about the home break-in in England.
That was, no, oh, yes.
Dad, you were like,
You were like fucking action man.
You
Yeah.
were action man.
Who
you
knew?
turned
You were
in
don't fuck with me, man.
Do you want to
MacGyver.
explain the story for people that don't know it?
We'd gone out for dinner. We had a lovely dinner with friends. We came home.
It was 2003.
2003.
I was
took
living in Vancouver.
I took a sleeping pill.
I didn't know that part of the
Out for the
story.
count. I
Took all your jewelry.
took all my jewelry off that I was wearing that night and put it by the side of my bed. And for some reason, I don't know why, but that week I had come and I'd left all my jewelry out in my dressing room, and it was on a center unit that I had in my dressing room, and I had everything that I was traveling with out in the boxes in each individual jewel box, but it was all out there. And I don't quite know why I did that, but I did. It's something I never do.
You just wanted to make it easier for the burglar.
Probably. And your father got up in the middle of the night. Now remember, I had a sleeping pill. So Dad got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And for some reason, he went to my bathroom, which is adjacent to my dressing room. Do you want to finish this?
Oh, go on, get on.
And as he was going out of the bathroom, in the corner of his eye, you saw something move in my
I saw
dressing room.
somebody crouched down behind a central
Unit.
unit. And I stopped for a minute and I go, I'm like, this is a dream, this is not really. So don't forget, I was going walking around stark naked. Suddenly this figure runs to the window with a screamer. So I still...
And are the lights off? Is it completely pitch black?
Oh, the lights are on.
The lights are on.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
of course.
I didn't know the lights were on.
Yeah.
Everything was over. I wouldn't have saw anything.
I just figured maybe it was light from outside was coming in.
No. So I got him in a headlock. I'm going, now what the fuck do I do now? So I give him a little bit of a help out the window and touch me down the tree.
But didn't you think something before you did it?
No, I thought,
Yeah, you said
did.
to me before that you were like, if I
Let
can
Daddy
either-
tell the
Yeah.
story. Go on.
what did I-
You always,
Yeah, you said something along the lines of you had a decision that you had to face, whether you hold on to this man
And kill him.
or you let him go and the fall kills him. You didn't know.
I remember thinking, I hope you fucking land and break your leg and you can't walk.
Because we were on the
Second floor.
second floor, so then you decided to throw him out the window. The window was open, that's how he got into the dressing room.
yeah.
And again, I never usually leave a window open.
Well, that was
That's
always
very sus, Mum.
the thing that's always sus is the window that the guy came in. I have never seen open in my entire life,
Neither
and
have
I've
I.
always thought
There's
there
an
was-
inside job.
There was someone in the house at some point in that window when you were home that undid that window.
I think so too.
It was a total inside job.
Or I always...
Jack, they knew about doorways that we keep covered because what people don't realize, so that we can help you understand, is that the house was built in like 1890.
No, 1890.
1907, I think it was.
No, 1890. That's what it
Okay.
says on the sink.
Something like that. Like, it's fucking old. And back then, you had servants' quarters and servants' doors so that they could be seen and not heard. Not seen and not heard, sorry. And certain doors and rooms have, two
Hidden doors.
hidden doors that go into hallways that you wouldn't expect them to. And they knew about all of that.
Yeah.
And that, to me, says inside job all over it.
Yeah. But there was a thing though that happened about a few months earlier. Don't you remember someone had put a ladder, someone tried to break in.
Someone did come in the house.
Yeah.
The somebody that worked for us left the hall window open again on the second floor, and they put a ladder. They came into the house. There was their foot marks everywhere. They were caught on camera, but they had again ski masks on.
It was clearly the
and
same
they
people.
took nothing, but they were obviously coming in to
Do a recce.
Yeah.
do a recce-roo.
Yeah.
And so anyway, Daddy threw him out the window. He didn't break anything because he'd
Just get
Oh,
rid off.
no, on the footage, he was limping badly.
and so I think there was 3 of them, but only 1 was in the house.
And where did they exit the property?
Daddy threw him out the window.
No, but where on the property did they come in?
They went into the forest.
He ran over this way.
Yeah, went into the forest. So
Not the forest there, the forest.
at the side.
Yeah.
Where
So-
like Buster and Phoebe's.
I don't want to think, it's making me feel bad all this.
Makes me feel sick.
What you don't call 911 to go, hi folks, how you doing?
Some people
it's always
do.
something bad.
No, some people do. Do you know that some people do? Like, you can get people that call 911 and say, I can't open this can. Can you send someone and help me open it? I mean, people do like crazy things
Yeah.
when they
Yeah,
call.
but mainly it's something bad.
Well, we'll move on to the funny stuff. But I just want to finish the story. So whatever ended up happening?
Okay, well, your dad said, we've been robbed, wake up. And I was like panic. And then because I'd taken a pill, I was kind of like very hazy. I got up, ran to your dad. We both ran into each other. And I did my usual thing of running around in circles, screaming like a mad chicken with no head. I called the police and I went, send a helicopter.
I mean,
We need a police helicopter. They robbed my jewelry. And anyway, they did. And
They
the
sent a
police
helicopter?
came, and they got away. Never got it. And they took my entire jewelry collection.
And just so
everything.
people understand, Mum's jewelry collection is on par with like Elizabeth Taylor.
Well, it was, and then it's gone, and I never replaced it because you can't.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, why don't we tell them what we're about, man?
So we're here to welcome you to the Madhouse Chronicles. It's a talk show with myself, Billy Morrison,
And me, Ozzy Osbourne.
this man, Prince of Darkness, and we watch and react to the internet's maddest clips and discuss topics
Yeah, it's crazy.
we do the aliens, we do the drugs, we do the rock and roll.
I mean, our lifestyle.
Yeah, pretty much aliens, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
He's climbing up that bridge. Look at that. Look. And then, oh my God. Is that a yes or a no from you?
No, fucking way.
Looks like you're having fun, Ozzy. Do you remember much about that day, Ozzy?
Oh yeah. We flew out to California. We hadn't seen each other in months. We were in a fucking hotel room with no amp.
With no amp, just acoustically.
I'm still trying to remember the lyrics.
Join the family
Join the family.
to get exclusive access to us, send us clips, get merch discounts, members-only submission portals. What do you say? Do you think it's the wildest show on the internet?
You're in the madhouse now.
What have you been watching on TV right now?
No, I don't watch television anymore.
Well, I mean on your iPad.
But
On your
On
iPad.
YouTube, what have you been
whatever
watching?
comes up, whatever comes up.
I was talking to Omar the other day. Omar is my best friend, and he is disgusted with YouTube right now.
Why?
Because I can show you on my phone. For some reason, like active like porn keeps coming up on his
Feed.
feed that
That's
he's
weird.
not and he's not clicking on anything like that, so he doesn't know where it's coming from. And it's
Maybe someone has his account. Like,
his sign in
yeah,
information.
maybe someone's utilizing his sign-in.
Did he like maybe Google horses or something like that?
Horses.
Where
Why
are you
would?
getting horses from, Mum?
Porn?
What kind of porn are you talking about, Mum?
Well, it must be distressing if he's that mad about it.
Well, Mum, he would if you were a gay man and suddenly a big fat vagina was on your TV screen, you'd be a bit taken aback.
Are all horses' vaginas big and
What are we talking about a horse for?
This is going off the fucking rails. All right, let's pivot here.
No. We need to unpack this.
No, we don't. Because we're going to get demonetized and none of this stuff can be used anyway.
Go on then.
All right.
Can we get a cow?
A cow. Well, I'm going to get some for Idaho.
I have this like longing, like this deep, desperate longing for
For a
two
little
things:
baby ones.
a miniature cow and a miniature donkey.
Yeah, I want to get a few miniature cows and a donkey for Idaho.
Yeah.
Have you seen my pigs?
If you get a donkey,
Yeah.
remember one thing: never walk behind a donkey.
I know they'll kick you.
Or let the baby run behind.
No,
They automatically
Let me
kick.
show you my pigs.
buck
Come
with
on.
both legs.
Well, talk about whatever you want to talk about.
How many
look.
pigs do you have?
I got a breeding pair.
Oh my god, they're gorgeous. They're furry.
Yeah, they're called manganese pigs or something like that.
Oh, what did you name them?
The girls named them, and I forget what they called them.
Bacon and sausage.
No,
Oh,
no, I think we no, Pearl came up with actually some really cute names.
that's very cute.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
If you want to talk about, no, I don't mind.
Look at my pigs.
You showed me that. That's what.
Yeah, isn't it weird that they're furry?
I've never seen pigs like that.
Yeah.
Let me have a quick look
How
at
much
them.
you pay for them?
For like the pair, I think it was like 1,600.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
How much you pay for these?
I'll have a lot of it.
You can't do that, Jack.
Not them, no, but I mean, we are gonna harvest. Like, that's what you do with a farm. You fucking eat what you have. I'm not gonna eat all of them.
How many you got?
2, but they're a breeding pair, so, and they can have up to 40 piglets a year.
How could you be a part of the animal's life from like literal conception to watching it be born and be a baby and learn and grow, and then you're going to be like, oh, it's dinner. How do you do that?
Like that.
You don't even eat bacon anymore. I don't know. I mean, well, I'll cross that road when I come to it.
I don't think you have it in you.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I mean, they seem pretty cool right now. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe we'll just sell the piglets.
Daddy says pigs are violent.
Pigs are aggressive.
Really?
Oh, fuck you. You get a pig cornered.
Oh, well, that's like a wild pig, right?
No, any pig.
I'm actually just going to keep the pigs so I can be hired by the mob to, like, dispose of bodies.
Okay.
No, kidding. That was a joke.
When I was living in Vancouver, there was a serial killer that was going around getting women. I think most of them are prostitutes. And then he'd kill them and feed them to his pigs. And they found them because they found their DNA in the pig meat. Human DNA in the pig meat.
That's... I watched the greatest fucking movie.
What?
Speaking of eating things, I watched the Society of the Snow.
Oh.
About the Andes plane crash
Oh,
with the
that
rugby
like a
team.
live remake.
It is so fucking good.
Is it?
Oh my god, it was, Dad, it's like edge of your seat the entire time. They show them eating like a lot of people. Like Alive that came out in the 90s,
Yeah.
they just saw them eating like a bit of ass
leg,
meat. It was just
yeah.
like, oh, we're just gonna eat this nibble. No, they show them like
Chowing
fucking chowing down. And I then went and did a bunch of internet research. And in the film, because I was watching it, there was a guy, he was taking photos of a couple scenes. In a couple scenes, I should say. And I was like, oh, I wonder if those pictures exist. I wonder if they've got the camera. Because they thought, well, we might as well have pictures so if we all die here, they know that we lived for a while. And in the photo, you see in the background, he's taking a picture of the plane crash and they're all sat on like the seats and they're just in the sun, sat in the fucking mountains. And in the background, you see someone eating something.
And it's a leg.
It's a fucking human leg and he's eating it like a goddamn turkey drumstick.
It's disgusting.
How many of them survived?
The initial crash was like 25, 30. And then I think 17 or 16 made it out. Because after the crash, people died from their injuries. They got hit by 2 avalanches, so people suffocated from the avalanche. I mean, it
gives me so much anxiety just talking about it. And it's making my heart beat faster.
the film, Kelly.
Eating human.
The intensity of this film, I haven't seen anything like it in a very long time. It is
White knuckling.
It was so well done. And then
Were they cooking the people?
no, eating them raw.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah,
That's going to make me gag.
yeah, they had no way to cook, and they ate everything. Because I went deep
That's going to make me
dive
gag. We need to move on.
I couldn't do that.
down to the bones. They ate everything they could possibly eat.
It's disgusting.
If I came back to civilization, I would be freaked out.
I'd want a colonic.
I'd want a colonic. Oh, but yeah,
I want to drink bleach.
What airline was this again?
Don't fly it. No, it was like they'd rented a plane.
No, it was an airline.
No, but
Private
it was a
plane.
private one. It wasn't like a commercial. They'd rented it, this rugby team, because they were all going on a trip to. They were from Uruguay, and I think they were going
Was
to
that
Peru.
one as well
I
where
think.
they were going over the forest, jungle. The plane broke up, and this woman or a guy fell into the jungle,
Yeah,
and they walked for days to this place. There's a river, and they saw like a shack where people hang fish. So they thought, well, if I was sitting here, somebody might come along eventually, find me. A couple of days go by, and it's sort of a fisherman comes along, and he gets saved. But it takes them a year to get all the parasites out of the bottom of this shit.
Oh, because he was walking through the jungle with no shoes.
Yeah, it took him a year to dig all these parasites out of his feet.
You got a parasite once.
I got leptospirosis,
Yeah.
which is just like a crazy viral disease. Yeah, that sucked.
That doctor was good.
Which one?
who discovered it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The head of infectious
That's a question.
diseases.
Yeah, tropical diseases.
Diseases, yeah.
Have you been near any water lately? Oh.
Yeah. It was. That was.
Think back to where were you 2 or 3 weeks ago?
You know the worst part about that whole experience? So I was like, I obviously got sick when I was in. So for people listening, I'd gone and done some filming in a place called Barrio in Malaysia, which is like similar to Borneo. And we were doing like a jungle trek. And I got really sick when I got out of the jungle. But it took about 2 weeks incubation period. And from that point, I'd left the jungle.
But didn't you go into a river with leeches?
Sure, well, I was going to get to that.
Oh.
So I'd come back to London, and then I'd gone to Finnish Lapland. I was in the
ice caving.
Yeah, I was like doing like a dog sledding thing in the North Pole, and I got really sick up there. So I got medevaced from.
Do you realize what this woman was doing?
Yes, because I literally was dying. This wasn't like a
no,
fake
I know
thing.
that. I know that. Mum was screaming her head off,
Running around
She
in
was
circles
calling the
again.
military. She was calling.
Well, because I mean, having a tropical disease when you're in Finnish Lapland is
In
like
an ice hole.
It's like unheard of.
it's they were looking at me being like, we don't know what to do. And so I got medevaced from Finnish Lapland to what's that? Was it Helsinki? No, what's the capital of Finland? Is it Helsinki?
Helsinki.
Yeah, so Helsinki. I get put into like the university hospital there. No one speaks English. It's that no one speaks English in Finland at all. It's not like Sweden or
Yeah.
Denmark. They just don't. And so I was like, fuck. And then so mom got the plane. I get flown to London. At this point, I'm like 5 days into like my body legitimately shutting down.
Yeah.
And I'm lying in this bed. I haven't eaten. My kidneys and liver are like going into failure. And I'm like, oh, I'm fucking losing it. And there's about 6 doctors stood around my bed, all asking me questions. And they're going, have you been, is it malaria? No, we tested for malaria. Is it this? Is it that? And then they all went quiet. And this one guy in the back goes, it could be HIV. Do you have HIV?
the
And I'm
fuck
like,
up.
what the fuck? And then they go, no, it doesn't meet the criteria. Like, whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, really? You're gonna just drop that one on me? And then this guy who was the head of tropical diseases for the NHS, I think, he's like the #1 guy, left. And then at like 7 a.m, he comes like running into my room like days later and is like, I've got it. And I got Weil's disease, which is leptospirosis. And I got it because I had leech bites on the bottom of my feet. And I was swimming and bathing in a river. And we were climbing on rocks and jumping into this jungle river.
See, this is why I don't leave the modern world.
And I'd stepped in a puddle on this like boulder that was in like and it had rat's piss in it. Yeah.
Oh, people, you know, like in England, they catch that in England.
Fishermen.
Yeah.
It's really common if you're like
Yep.
river fishing.
Yeah.
Because you'll get like a prick from like a fishing hook on your hand, and you'll touch something on the grass where rats have been pissing. But yeah, I mean, the only place I've ever seen it where there was signs warning it was in Hawaii. A lot of like the waterfalls and all that, you'll see signs being like,
Yeah.
beware, you know, there's leptospirosis that's been found here.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It was really bad. I remember I took like
Did it kill you?
Oh
What?
no, yeah, it'll kill you.
that was a time that Mum had to dial 911.
That was like a different 911. That was like send the bat signal 911.
Yeah.
Your mum said to me, is it okay if I send a minibus? I said, what are you even fucking asking me for?
I don't know if I would have been able to fly back on a regular plane.
No, I don't think you could.
And they
Oh,
wouldn't
I
have been
wouldn't
able
have
to.
been-
They
You
would
wouldn't
never have
have-
taken you.
No,
Do you
I
remember
didn't
when
even
we
give
got
it
on
a
that
second
British
thought.
Airways flight once and there was that man that was dying on the plane
Yes.
and Mum made them take him off?
Did you make them take
Yes,
him
Mum
off? Or
went
no, I don't
insane.
I
know.
was on the plane once.
No,
I was
no,
lying next to him. He died.
They decided he was too sick, but the first thing we're all going, this cannot be happening.
Yeah,
They cannot
he was like
let
on a
this poor
stretcher,
man.
like
He was
The
great.
guy next to me on a 747 in the 70s. I go, I said to the stewardess, back flight. I don't think he's very well. He was like,
he literally croaked on a plane next to you.
I thought, oh, fuck. I'll probably land at the next airport. So I just didn't fucking
What'd they do with him?
Carry on.
cover him over and carry on.
There was no doctor on the plane or anything?
Jack, if you don't remember correctly, they put like a doggy pee mat down
Yes.
on the seat and then put this poor man who literally, like, there's no way he would have lived through that flight.
No. And he didn't even have, he had like a medical, like a
He
someone
did,
with him.
because he had an IV thing on him.
Yeah. That's wild.
Did they land? Or,
No, they
They-
just wouldn't take off with him. They went, no.
All right. So
off.
in moving away from the 911, that was one of my near-death experiences. What's been your near-death experience?
Well, this isn't very happy.
Well, no, because you fucking survived. It's great. It's a story of hope.
Jack, think about mine.
It doesn't have to be that one. What about the plane? When your plane decompressed twice.
But we talked about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All right, those are the only near-death experiences.
I used to have them every night.
I'm just saying that, like, when you have the kind of relationship that we have had with chemical substances, it's a risk you take every day.
Okay, let me reframe. A non-self-induced near-death experience.
A non-self-induced near-death experience.
Car accident. Weren't you somewhere where there was a shooting?
You shot me.
I did shoot you
You shot me.
in the leg.
And I almost died.
Yeah, but come on. What kind of gun was it?
It was a pellet gun, but
Right.
Mom, it went straight through my leg
you
and
can
out the other
You can
side.
still kill someone with a pellet gun.
And it,
It was
Did it hurt?
Dad, it felt like someone putting a hot poker through my leg really fast because it kind of burnt a bit, I remember. But that wasn't what was painful about it. The most painful part,
was your pride.
no, fuck my pride, was that it was this tiny hospital in the middle of nowhere, England, in the 90s. Their X-ray machine wasn't working. So they got this long Q-tip and wrapped it in gauze.
No.
And dipped it in iodine and poked it through the hole to make sure that there was no bits.
Every time
Still-
you used to bring up, Jack would go, "That's not Kelly."
It was an accident.
It was an accident.
The same
Yeah.
was an accident when
We're
your
in
dad...
New York. We're in New York,
Yeah.
sweltering hot. I'm doing
The
that
Jerky
action for the
Boys
Jerky
movie,
Boys
yeah.
movie. And all of a sudden, I hear Mum screaming like somebody fucking in the back of this big truck.
I blame Uncle Zach.
Yes.
Uncle Zach.
I blame Uncle Zach. He was the adult in charge.
Yeah, but we were also very persuasive children.
Sure. But listen, my fault as the guy operating the firearm wasn't technically the air rifle, and your fault for running in front of me while I was
Can
shooting.
you imagine if you started gun in your belt?
I feel
yeah.
like I'm innocent in this. You ruined
Yes,
my
I
elastic
think
waist
so.
Marks and Spencer's jeans, and I still have beef with you over it.
Because you don't have enough elastic waist.
I don't have
can
any
I ask
elastic
a-
waist Marks and
make a
Spencer's jeans
request?
anymore.
Uh-huh.
One episode. Can we talk about things that we enjoyed doing?
I enjoy the fact that I have faced death and lived
Survived.
and survived.
To tell the
shit,
story.
death, fucking, it's talk about something happy,
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about spring is upon us. How happy is that?
How was everyone's Easter?
It was lovely. I really, really enjoyed my Easter. I went to the Beverly Hills Hotel and they had the Easter Bunny there. And
Why is it every time I go to Montecito, something fucking weird happens?
I don't know.
I mean, that weather, it was unfucking real, wasn't it?
Told you, it's because you guys have been banned from Montecito.
The residents have got to...
Yeah,
The
petition.
lightning struck, and it was like brighter than this fucking lamp.
Wow.
So, and I was saying to your Mum, you know, when we were kids, we used to love playing in the rain. Fucking, I got out there, I got fucking, I got,
Yeah, he goes, let's go outside. I'm like, no way.
I've got another near-death story about a lightning storm.
Go on.
oh, God. When?
I was mountain climbing in Banff in Canada.
Your life, Jack.
I've done some weird shit. And there'd been like just shit weather that wasn't expected. And there was tons of ice on this route that we were climbing. And it was supposed to be like mixed. It was supposed to be some more rock climbing than kind of ice climbing, and it ended up being like a full-on ice climbing situation, like really shit and horrible conditions. And
Did you have those boots with the spikes
yeah,
in?
yeah. For a time, and then we put climbing shoes on, but we had like ice axes, and we were putting like, you know, stuff in, and I was climbing with this legendary climber named Barry Blanchard, who's like done Everest, K2, like he's one of the world's most accomplished climbers. And as we were nearing the summit, a lightning storm came in. And where does lightning usually strike?
The tallest point.
The tallest point. And we're covered in carabiners and metal
Oh shit.
for climbing. And all of a sudden, everyone's hair started going, and you could hear what sounded like being under power lines. You could just hear zzzz, and we were literally at the summit. And so we had to call in a helicopter to come rescue us. And there was a gap in the clouds, just enough for the helicopter to get in. He put like one
Indiana
skid,
Jack.
like one skid on the mountain, and we just jumped in the helicopter and got the fuck out of there. But it was
That sounds like a movie.
it was. And you know who I had with me?
Who?
Natalie Imbruglia.
Oh no! Wait! Oh my gosh! She told me about this.
Yeah, she was
Was her
crying.
hair like this?
She was freaking the fuck out because it was.
Could you imagine if I was with you? It would have been a nightmare.
Yes.
Natalie,
She was a singer in the
Australian.
Australian. She used to be
This is
married to
how I
Daniel
feel.
John.
Very
Remember?
pretty little thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that went down well. Now what?
And then can I just talk about the time that Courtney Love called the police on me and Jack? Because that
Yes,
was really
that's funny.
It wasn't you and Jack. It was Daddy and I. The police came to the house where we did the Osbournes. It was about 2:30 in the
Mum,
morning.
You have it wrong.
I don't remember it being for me.
I specifically remember Mum telling the policeman, how could my children have stolen the TV when they don't even drive, and it's a 60-inch TV?
So wait, back it up. What's the story?
Okay, so
Someone
Courtney
in the
Love-
family, she called the police.
yeah, Courtney Love called the police and said that a member of our family had stolen her 60-inch TV.
and her videos.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. And
Her video collection.
and was that like DVDs or like personal videos?
No, I think in those days it wasn't.
That was a weird time.
Yeah,
The Courtney Love era was a weird fucking time.
it was a weird
Very
time.
weird
I remember
time.
coming home from school and Dad was on the couch like completely like in another world, and Courtney's trying to get Dad to talk to him, and he was just like completely acting as if she wasn't in the room.
Well, he did the right thing.
Completely acting as if she wasn't in the room. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so strange. And then she kept walking from the room where Dad was like passed out on the couch to your other sitting room, because this was in 906 North Beverly Drive.
No,
Yes,
we were
it
at
was.
Doheny.
No, 906 North Beverly. And I remember the painting,
She did go to.
Oh,
both
nine,
houses.
yeah.
and she was swapping rooms. She's like, Sharon, Ozzy won't talk to me. And I just was like, this is so strange.
Do you want to know the weirdest experience I ever had with her? Ever? Beside the drugs? Fucking dark.
I don't think it could beat what she did to me.
I'm at her house. There was I guess for people listening, there was a period where I technically was dating Kurt Cobain's youngest sister. So I was always over at the house. Mm-hmm. And we're over there, and it was a bad time for Courtney. I think there was a lot of extracurricular activities going on at the time. And she took me into her closet, and she had a ton of Kurt Cobain's.
Did she put his hair in your hands?
No, she said, "Here, put this on." It was a jacket, and it was the jacket he supposedly was wearing when he killed himself.
Jack, do you know what she did to me? She said, put your hands out, and I put my hands out, and she put the hair that they shaved off his head in the autopsy in my hand that had red blood on it. And I was just like, oh my God. And I dropped it, and she got really mad at me, but I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
And she was trying to teach me at the time how to manifest things and how important chanting is. And I was with
It didn't do much good for her then, did it?
I was with Brooke, and she's like, what is it that you want in life? And at the time,
Like not to be here.
And at the time, no, I actually learned a lot from Courtney and find her to be an incredibly interesting woman. I do. But
About as interesting as a tampon.
Do you remember
taking
how?
it there, Mom. But anyway, the chanting, and I couldn't think. She's like, okay, manifesting. Like, what is it that you want? What is it that you want? And I was like, I don't want anything. Like, my album was doing well.
By the way,
I had a
let it be said that she denies all of this.
Yes.
She absolutely denies the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, I would too if I was hanging out with children.
And giving them drugs.
Giving them drugs,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, I have not seen Courtney but there was some fucking
Excuse me
weird
while I
times.
puke.
There was some very weird times.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when your dad and I were woken up at 2:30 by the Beverly Hills
Well,
police.
yeah, finish the story.
Okay.
No, well, they came and they said, look, we know we get calls from her a lot, and we know that you didn't, but we just have to come.
Ask.
We just have to ask. And, and I said, well, just have a look around the house. Does it look like we still flat screen TVs? Is this how we make our living?
Have you seen her since all this?
Yes, I did. I saw her at a birthday party and she sat at the table opposite me and I just deafed her because I can't stand her.
I wouldn't like her if I was
Did
you.
you ever see that thing on
No.
TV about this guy who was trying to track her down, and she was at a function.
Oh, Elvis.
I hear Elvis.
Elvis.
I hear Elvis.
Elvis.
Baby.
Where's my boy?
There.
Elvis. Come on. Come
Come
on.
on, Elvie. Come on, Elvie. Elvis, baby, come on to the couch.
I wish someone in my life liked me as much as you guys like that fucking dog.
I like you as much as I like you more than I like Elvis.
I don't know.
So this guy was following her around,
Is this the documentary?
and the guy he's at a function some hotel, and he just walks up to the podium and starts talking, and they're all going. I think he's the speaker, and he's saying bad things about her. And he goes on for about 20 minutes before they realise he's not the real speaker, he's some guy trying to expose her.
Holy shit! So he was doing like an expose thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's fucking weird.
What, was she doing a lecture or something?
No, they were all this guy, and I was expecting a guy to come and talk. She was a guest there.
Yeah.
And he gets on the fucking. He goes.
What, and start slagging her?
Yeah.
I love that this podcast went from being 911 stories to Courtney Love stories. Yeah, I don't. Honestly, like I don't know what I would say to her if I were to see her. I know you've seen her and it's been pleasant.
Yeah.
We've all done stupid things.
Yeah, but it's
And for
kind of.
Mum, I get why Mum
I would
doesn't like her.
I mean, and I kind of feel the same way of like, hey, listen, I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I don't whether a 16-year-old, 15, I think it was 15 or 16 says they want to do something like you're sick. I wasn't old enough to make decisions, and
she had a child of her own.
yeah.
So it's. I think it's enough about that old scab. So let's move on.
Okay, who else? Who else fucked us up in our childhood,
wait,
Jack?
Hold on. What about the time, the road rage incident, when that guy raged out on you and was chasing you down, and you had to pull
Yes.
into the.
Which time? The one that Mum took for a ride on her bonnet, or the one that was throwing the cups at her?
Throwing the cups,
Yeah.
and with Alex Santana in the car.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
I was there. I remember the day as if it was yesterday. We went to go to Sammy's Shoes and get
Yes.
new sneakers, and on the
Kookaroo,
way,
right?
Yeah, no.
It was Kookaroo, but it was next door.
No, it had already turned into what's that coffee place that you like? Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. And we were getting a mocha frappuccino iced blended situation for Mum. and Mum parked in the loading zone. And Dad, I remember...
He got in his truck and bumped into the BMW.
Yeah.
Just slightly bumped in. So she goes fucking nuts and starts...
But why did he hit you?
Because, listen...
It was an accident, probably.
He bumped... He just put his car in and touched our car. She goes and keys his fucking truck. And he goes, you motherfucker. So,
I didn't know this part.
Wait,
I
so
didn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I didn't get out the car.
we didn't burn in the car.
When it started, we weren't in the car, Mum.
Me,
Because
you
you're
and
in the
Kelly
loading
were standing on the
zone.
sidewalk.
And we went in to get the coffee.
I
And
remember it totally differently.
No, anyway.
You had the Sharon Osbourne spice to it.
He goes, fuck you, man. And I said, I don't know. I said, can you turn the car out? She said, I don't know. I said, if I were you, I'd break the law because if the cops come, you're British. She goes, well, why?
well,
Because that guy, he's going to turn around the bar and come back and fucking... And sure enough, he did.
He chased you for about 20 minutes
No,
until...
went across Santa Monica Boulevard to the cop shop. She goes back to the cop shop. And the fucking guy was still waiting for us when we come out.
No, he had in his car, he had
Like,
these
I Love New York
cups.
mugs.
Cops,
But they were
fucking
like...
every fucking...
They weren't
place.
like China. They were made like a thick pot. And he was lobbing them at the car that we were in. And they were like bouncing off. And there was like 3 big dents in the hood of the car. He was crazy. So we were driving around Beverly Hills. And I go, right, let's go into the Beverly Hills Police Department
drive
where
Press the
they
fucking
have
button
these
and
lanes.
all the lights go on.
You pull into the emergency lane.
Fucking hell.
It's ringing, the alarm, the
cop
lights
goes,
are
what's
on.
the problem? I explained, and she started to explain. And I said, you know what? 2 wrongs don't make a fucking right. And the cop said, you want to listen to your husband? Come out, you're still waiting for us.
the cops didn't come out and like take a statement or anything? Or?
No, didn't
No.
they follow you home? Somebody
No.
followed you home.
The cop says, what car are you in?
I remember being pissed off that I had to walk home because Mum
I
got in the
left
car.
them.
Yeah.
I left Alex
And me and Alex had to walk home, and I remember Alex had his walking stick and could
Yeah.
hardly walk, and I'm carrying him, and we had to walk all the way home.
we left them.
Why?
Because Mum knew that I was okay if
The
Alex
cop
was
says-
with
the cop
me,
says-
and
What are you driving? A BMW. What's he in? What truck? You'll be all right. Good.
Wow.
how crazy is that?
How many times did you guys call the cops on the neighbors at the Doheny?
Oh, for noise, God, about 3 times.
What about? I go to the doorbell and Doheny rings on. There's this fucking guy standing there with every visor, boots, fucking mace, fucking everything on. He goes, we've had a complaint. Oh yeah, what about it? You've been leaving black magic effigies for nothing. I said, what? The neighbour says, you've been leaving black magic effigies. And the penny drops. Sam says, if you want it, when one of the dogs, what was the dog that got eaten by a car?
Lulu.
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 Lulu
I
and
said,
2 cats.
I'm gonna buy
And
a
Gus
car.
Gus.
And that Sam goes, what you gotta do, you gotta go to the market, get a chicken, fill it full of antifreeze, and hang it on the fence so when they eat the chicken, so that the antifreeze will make them dehydrate. So that's what I did weeks. I forgot. I'm going, what the fuck is this guy on about? Effigies.
You should have been like,
It was like a dangling chicken.
I would
carcass.
have just gone First Amendment right and shut the door on him.
But did you say,
No,
did you tell, I missed this, did you say that the coyotes were killing our dogs and cats?
No.
Can't
'Cause they're
really
protected.
admit to killing coyotes in Beverly Hills.
But they were killing our animals.
Yes,
don't care.
But the protected.
Well,
They were
At
here.
that time, were they protected?
I think you couldn't.
They were here before us, kind of thing.
Yeah, I forget what the deal is, but yeah.
You can't go shooting fucking coyotes in Beverly Hills because a bullet will not get the coyote. Go straight to the coyote, carry on, and quite possibly a fucking neighbour.
No, but I don't want people to think
So it's
that
not
we
a
just
terrible,
kill
don't go.
animals.
You got me.
I don't think people would be surprised if they found out that we did just kill animals. I mean, are you aware of Dad's history?
No, but you know what I'm saying? It's not like they did kill 2 cats and a dog, and Daddy got Pippi out of a coyote's mouth.
Yeah.
Pippi, I've never heard an animal scream so terrifying. And she thought I was something to do with it. From that day onwards, she wouldn't go anywhere near me.
She didn't feel like she owed you a debt of gratitude for saving her from the clutches of death.
The coyote had Pippi in by the neck, and she was screaming.
But the thing that got me was the coyotes coming in. Our house was surrounded by other houses. It wasn't like they were big palatial gardens. They were surrounded by houses, so they would just house jump.
They saw us on television.
Shut up.
Yeah, I guess those twats from TV. And what else? And then
I have.
I love the house.
I did too.
I missed that house. That was the best house.
We never should have sold that
And your
house.
house was good.
In Laurel Canyon.
Laurel Canyon
It
house.
was the best house that was.
Oh God, that's like my thing. I'm like, man, one day I'd love to buy it back and just have it as a rental property. It's funny. I've met people that lived there, so I sold it to someone who then sold it on, and then I met someone who was like, yeah, I lived in the guest house. I rented it from the owner, and like where I'd carved into trees. And like into the deck.
Do you remember when you hung me upside down from the tree when I had all your army gear on?
Yeah, I think I have pictures of that.
That
somewhere.
was
Me too.
a fucking great house.
It was a great house. Yeah, I should never have sold it.
It was like a little birdhouse.
It was. It was like a full-on like weird little forest compound.
This house has been a fun house for me.
My favorite though, actually, I loved Hidden Hills. I thought that was the best house for you guys.
It was the
Hidden
best
Hills.
house. I loved it, but I hated Hidden Hills.
To get from there to here, it was a fucking
Pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass.
Take your whole day away.
But the house that we should never have sold was Malibu.
Never should have sold
Never
Malibu.
should.
Never
sold
should have
Malibu.
sold Malibu.
I think that's the funniest thing. You sold that the year Pearl was born, and it was like after. And I've been living at the beach ever, like going constantly with the kids. It's like having a beach house with kids is the best. Mm-hmm. But whatever, easy come, easy go.
Not when they're throwing red wine up the wall.
Oh, what about the time the cops got called on me in Malibu for shooting fucking seagulls with a
Fucking
BB
hell.
gun?
Oh, that
The
BB
doorbell
gun
rings.
again.
There we go.
I opened the fucking garages and there's literally 10, 15 cops, guns up. But I'm going, whoa, wait a minute. We reported to somebody shooting, so I'm going, what the fuck are you talking about? Somebody's shooting off the roof. I run to the top of the stairs, give me that fucking gun. I throw it in the garage. He said, I use it's okay. I said, do me a favour, take this fucking thing with you.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look.
Who were you with?
I was with like
A bunch of his mates.
Why do I feel like
Fucking seagulls.
Hoser
No,
and all that had something to do
it
with
wasn't. No, I was. It was Tom and Carrie, and we had.
Oh, school friends.
Yeah, and we'd gone and I'd bought a BB gun, and we were just sat on the rooftop and just like shooting seagulls with a BB gun. So bad, so fucking bad.
Poor seagull.
And someone at the
Another
beach
house,
club, no,
yeah.
the beach club, reported it.
There was fucking cops.
Rightfully
guns.
so.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Actually, like, yes. See, 911 wasn't a terrible thing.
Not for you. And they got fucking all these cops with a gun pulled out.
I feel like that wasn't the first time. Do you remember when Meatloaf called the police on Jack for his air rifle?
He never called the police. It was,
Police
and that was a
can't-
painball gun.
It was a paintball
paintball
gun, yeah.
gun.
But
Yeah.
I don't think he ever called the police, did he?
Oh.
No. Hold on a minute.
Remember when we
Hold on.
paintballed fucking...
No, that was Marie France, who was the broker.
She called the
Marie,
police?
no, but she was the broker for his house because he was selling.
Yeah.
Remember Marie
Yeah.
I would
France?
sell these fucking houses.
I did end up making amends to Meatloaf when he was still alive. I saw him and I did apologize.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a house next door to our
That
house.
was derelict.
It was it was a tear down basically. But just so people understand the setting, it was Pat Boone, us, and Meatloaf all in a row in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
So Meatloaf's house was going to be a tear down. I guess they were just waiting for permission to do whatever. But his pool was like septic. It
was disgusting.
It stink from that pool.
And it just stunk out the whole neighborhood.
But it was also full of mosquitoes.
Yes. So between the mosquitoes and the stink, it was like really just like annoying. So I snuck round the back of the house.
Through the alley.
Yeah. Because then we shared an alleyway. So I went in through his back gate through the alleyway with Dad with my paintball gun and paintballed the shit out of his house. There was no one in it because it was just abandoned. But yeah. But I saw him at an event years later and he's like, "You paintballed my house." I was like, "Yeah, I'm really sorry about that."
And
he
what
okay,
happened, he sold it,
He did.
and then
he okay,
the
mate?
other people pulled it
I think
down.
he kind of, we had like a chuckle over it. But I'm friends with his daughter because she's married to Scott Ian. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's yeah.
Shame he died. He was all right, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a very nice man.
He was a very nice man.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, yeah. Weird
He
times.
was always very nice to
I
me.
think you also paintballed when we were in the house we filmed in. The neighbours there.
No, I didn't.
No, Are you
sure?
I'd stopped paintballing by that point, and all my
Okay.
stuff was like, just didn't work.
But I remember an episode where you had all your paintballing gear on, and you
No, that
were
was just my
walking-
army gear.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Do you, what was I going to say?
Jack cosplaying as.
Yeah, a little cosplay of what? It was like post 9/11. I was feeling patriotic. What was I saying? I just saw a clip when I was out of town. I hadn't seen it, where you guys told the story about me fucking selling fake mushrooms.
That was Mom, not me. I said you were going to
That
get
was
upset.
fucked up. I can't believe you.
Yeah, but you were just a kid.
I know, but like, you know,
You were enterprising.
I was enterprising. That could have. I mean, could you have? Could I have gotten?
Do you remember?
I probably could have gotten serious trouble for
Do you
that.
remember at the dining one day, and I don't know, I was upstairs for some reason. And I come down, there's all these naked girls running around the garden. I thought, what the fuck's this?
Some wild times.
Where was I?
I think it
I
was
think you
when
had
you.
cancer, Mom.
Yeah, you were laid out with the cancer.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he went, oh my God.
I was the dark destroyer of all those events because I'd come in and be like, "What the fuck are you doing in my house?"
Yeah, but why? What did you care?
I cared. Can I be honest?
Sure.
I cared that they were fully grown women, some of them with children.
Not all of them.
Some of them with children, fully grown women, and you were a kid. And I
Where was-
think that
Yeah,
they
but
knew
you
better.
were fucking.
You were right, Kelly.
But you were dating older guys as well. Like
Who?
Bert, when you were 16, 17.
He was like a couple years older than me, Jack.
And they were
And he
too.
didn't have children.
What's that got to? What do you mean?
But you were a child
that they
yourself.
were old enough to know better. That's what Kelly's
Yeah,
saying.
and I
Yeah,
just felt,
sure.
as your sister, you know the kind of women when you see them and you know what their game is, and if they
Yeah,
want to
but-
hustle in that way, then
but
all
also-
the power to them. Just not with my brother.
Yeah, but I'm not your husband.
But you're my
I'm
little
your brother.
What, do you want me to high five her and be like,
No,
suck his dick like
but,
this?
like-
This is what he likes.
No, but like I always thought, oh, okay, well, if Kelly wants to go do that and go hang with that person, go
I'm
for
on
it.
Kelly's side here.
I felt that some of them, and I didn't do it all the time.
What's this?
But
No,
I
you
fe-
did.
Kelly,
I
I,
felt
didn't
some of
know
them were
this. Kelly's
really-
saying that Jack used to hang out with older women and some of them were mothers.
No, they want mothers.
There's one in specific that I know 100%, Jack, and I'll give you a recollection. And you'll be like, oh yeah, her.
Good for you, sunshine.
I mean, listen, inappropriate, yes, but not your place to enforce the rules. Their place to enforce the rules.
I'm just saying, Jack, you're a very talented man. And I just, as your older sister, feel as though I had the right to protect you.
No, listen, it's absolutely. However, you were doing the
Here
same
we
thing.
go again.
Yeah, I was worse.
I'm watching
Yes,
a tennis
so
game again.
So that was always my thing. I'm like, you're fucking having it off with older guys, and you're doing just as many drugs as I am. Stay out of my business.
But I knew I
Where
was too
were
far
we?
gone and I could still protect you.
No.
That's the way I looked at it.
Where were you? It's a great question. It's the age-old question.
Where were we?
Mum, you had cancer.
Obviously, we weren't there.
You were, yeah.
Mum, you had cancer. Dad, you were on tour.
Yeah.
Where was Big Dave?
It was Melinda.
It was
then.
Melinda.
Melinda.
Yeah.
Poor Melinda. Jack, do you remember when you stepped on the coat hanger and it went straight through your heel and there was blood everywhere? And you
guys
screamed-
made fun of me.
Yes.
And you guys just made fun. I was writhing in pain with a coat hanger hanging out of my
Jack
neck.
was going, there's blood. Blood on the floor. Blood on the walls. There's blood everywhere. And me and Melinda just lost it and couldn't stop laughing. And there really was blood everywhere. And it did look
Oh
like
my
it
God,
hurt.
that's gotta have
But
hurt.
it was like
That
the
must
most
have
dramatic
fucking hurt,
display.
Can't wait until you do a midnight Lego step with your son.
I know.
And you're gonna step on some Lego, and you're gonna be like, you know what, this sucks.
Elvie.
Elby, come here, baby.
He's like, no.
Come on, Elvie.
See, I'm lying in bed the other day, on my side, watching it. For no reason, he don't go by me. He climbs on me, shoves his butt in my face, and goes to sleep.
He loves you.
But I'm lying on my side with a fucking
That's
dog.
like he sleeps with you like you're a mountaintop.
Yeah.
I actually love it when he does that.
What the fuck you doing?
No dogs in beds.
What?
No dogs in beds.
Oh,
That's how you get parasites.
He's cuddly.
I have certain rules about things like that, except for dogs. Like I can't wear outside clothing in bed.
Yeah.
Like just can't do that.
Yeah.
I don't want my outside clothing to ever touch my bed.
We don't wear shoes in the house anymore.
No,
Take
we
them
don't wear
off.
shoes in
That's
the
a
house.
good idea.
So, I'm sorry. I
If
refuse to be
you-
shoeless
No,
in this
if
house.
you've got little ones, you have
Sure,
to.
but you can't be shoeless in this house because
No.
it's actually
course
the
not.
inside of this house is dirtier than the street because there's so many dogs pissing and shitting it.
Oh, don't listen to the abuse they're giving you.
Well, he doesn't. He's pretty good.
He's a
Elvis
good
is
boy.
a discriminate bathroom user. He goes in the bushes, and if you so much as even
Just you mean
look at him,
discreet?
discreet. That's what I meant. If you so much as look at him while he's going, he can't go.
Yeah.
I have to tell you this story. The security guard comes in and he says to me, you know, the other night there was something strange up on the wall. And I'm watching it, he said, slide down the wall. And it looked like shit, but it couldn't have been. And I said, oh, that's shit. And he's like, how do you know? And I said, because Elvis
Shits on the wall.
shits up a wall.
I'm just saying, I didn't bring that up. Mum
fucking
did.
hate this house so much.
He backs his ass up onto
Why
the
are
wall.
we
Lovely.
talking about
I'm
shit
really good.
again?
Slithering turd down the wall.
Stop talking about shit. This is fucking...
I just wanted to
And
share it.
we're on our 45th year now.
What?
45th
We're on our
year of marriage.
45th year.
Well, with the dating, yes.
And we have a slithering turd down the wall.
I'm going to slither the fuck out of here.
I'll let you know. When I was your age.
What happened to the portrait of Rocky and Dad that woman painted for us when we did World Detour? Remember?
It's gone to England for Daddy's exhibition.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You just made that up.
No, I did
I'm never
not.
going to see it.
It was always kept in
That was a
Daddy's
great
wardrobe.
painting.
Because it just came out so...
No, because I know where all his stuff is. It was in his wardrobe case, and they used to put it in your dressing room. Do you remember
What?
that portrait that the
No, I
lady
know,
did?
No, I know. I brought you back. It was a woman from Florida.
Well, we have it. It's in England.
Okay.
Well, good. All right. At that note, that's it.
This is Kelly signing off.
That was a weird podcast.
Fucking very weird.
I don't
Very
understand
weird.
what just happened.
It's
talked a lot
okay.
of shit. I feel
It's
like we're gonna
okay.
get in
Roll with
trouble.
it. We freestyling it. I don't know what we're going to call this episode. Maybe...
Dad doesn't like
Confused.
911.
Yeah.
Confused.
Dad hates this episode. Maybe that's what we call it.
Well, we've gone from Courtney Love to dog shit to shooting seagulls
And sisters.
and sisters, and
You shot me.
it's just very confusing.
Check. Don't.
You shot me.
You cock blocked me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
All right.
All right.
That's it.
Such
Bye.
a dick.